Welcome to the Bober Academy Football Podcast, where we discuss all things football, primarily focusing on linemen. My name is Chris Bober, and this podcast is brought to you by the Bober Academy, where our mission is to train and develop superior linemen to dominate on the gridiron. You can subscribe to the Bober Academy Football Podcast wherever you find your podcast. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to click the little red button down the corner and also the notification bell, and then you'll be notified every time we drop a new video. So we are at the pinnacle of the football season, high school season here in Nebraska, and we got through the playoffs all the way to the championship game, which is coming up this coming Monday. And I am here with the undefeated Bennington Badgers, right? Is that what you guys are? The Badgers, right? And these guys have dominated all year long, right? And I've been to several of their games. I've worked with a couple of you guys. Guys, thanks for coming on the podcast with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having
us.
Awesome. So, okay. Now, you guys are all seniors, right? You guys are 5 seniors starting on the O-line. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Man, so you guys, this is it. I mean, this is the last hurrah with you guys. Now, what I've been told by several people is that you guys have played together for quite a long time. Tell me about that. Anyone can jump in and say it, but it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
Me and Cody have been playing next to each other since 3rd grade. Like every team, every game. Everything.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and then I played on
joined-
teams with Cody since like 5th grade, probably 6th grade.
Yeah.
I joined 8th grade. I used to play with the junior Bulldogs 3rd through 7th grade, and then I joined them 8th grade at the middle school, and then been there ever since.
Yeah, I showed up 7th grade year and started playing with these guys ever since. It's been a great time.
Yeah, and I remember that's so cool. I couple of things. Number one is there's some guys who follow you guys that have mentioned how they remember your 8th grade year, and like, it'd be nice in 4 years if we get to play for a championship, and of course here you guys are. I also noted when I talked to Jake and your coach Leonard earlier in the year, I was so impressed that something you guys can do that most teams can't is because you are so familiar with each other. You guys can make audibles at the line of scrimmage, right? So when you go up there and have a trap or a counter trap or a zone or whatever called, and if the defense lines up and they're taking away what you want to do, well, most teams in high school, they just got to run the play and get to the next one. But you guys actually have the ability to make audibles, right?
Yes, sir.
And that just comes from playing together. That comes from playing for so long. Okay, so let's talk about last year into this year, right? You guys had a really good team last year too. I mean, of course, as you guys know, my son played for Elkhorn last year. He's graduated, but you guys kicked our butt last year at Elkhorn, and then you guys ran into some injuries and some bad luck in the playoffs. What was it like, kind of coming up short after your junior year, knowing that you had one shot at this left? What were you guys? Did you guys kind of come together and like have a meeting, or what was it that brought you guys from last year to where you are now?
I think we took some time to really think about it as a team, and through like the summer this year, we just kind of like all had a chip on our shoulder coming into this year, and I think in the weight room we all just grinded a ton, and we just really got after it this off season and made each other better.
Nice. Anyone else got anything to share about that?
That's pretty much it. It was just we all kind of talked after that Plattsmouth game last year up in the dynamic room where we go after every game, and we just got after it like that spring and that winter, that spring, that summer. We just got after it. Everybody did 100% all effort, everything.
Yeah, and you guys really have left nothing to doubt. I mean, you're looking at the scoreboard, and you're probably one of the toughest matches. I mean, the playoffs have been tough. I know Elkhorn was a good matchup last week, but Aurora giving you this. We're going to get into them later, but for the most part, you guys have dominated. I mean, honestly, and you lose this LeClaire guy who's all state, all everything, and this Dylan Mosteck shows up, right? And I'm sure you guys knew everything about him, but what was it like seeing him come onto the big stage? Because he surprised a lot of people this year.
I mean, I kind of like last year, we all knew who he was when he came here and stuff, and we knew his potential, and he had a little bit of a fumbling problem last year. So that's something he really worked on this year. And I think we all, on the up front at least, we all knew his potential. And we all just were really excited to get up front and block for this kid because he has speed, agility, power. He just has it all.
Yeah, he's got everything, and of course he's got you guys up front. So there's a couple of things that I want to show you guys because we'll get into talking about him and what you guys do. But this is one of my favorites right here. Okay, and you guys call yourself B-Town's Big Sexies, right? And this is awesome. You guys got your own Instagram page, and this is cool, man. Look at you every game, not every game, but you're posing with your shirts off. You're kind of got your arms, folded. You're tough guys. You guys are so much of a unit as an O-line. You created your own Instagram page called Big Sexies. Who started this? Who did this?
I started that sophomore year with a senior, and then I kept it going last year and kept it going this year, especially a lot this year. I came up with that whole logo and everything on like some website or whatever. I love taking these pictures. They're so fun.
Bennington Hogs, B-Town's Big Sexies, and then your link on here is to IHOP for pancakes. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
That is so cool. What do you guys think of that? Jake sounds like he started it, carrying it on. You guys kind of are buying into this whole thing of like being linemen, right?
Yeah. I just look forward to the weekly Bennington Hogs picture. It's awesome.
That is so cool, man. I'm gonna. For anyone out there, if you're watching this or listening to this, Bennington Hogs on Instagram is what you want to follow, man. B-Town's Big Sexies is what they call him. So that's awesome, guys. I just had to pull that out because I knew it's awesome that you guys are such a unit that you have your own Instagram page. So tell me about this year, right? You come out, you play. I'm not going to say you guys are perfect. Your record's perfect, but you guys really have this thing locked in. How has that happened? Tell me about how you guys come together as seniors, as an O-line, and you got the top, one of the top running backs in the country. What's it like to have that, and how are you guys doing this? You guys are doing a great job of this.
We sort of knew our strength would kind of be running the ball because we had all 5 of us played almost half the season last year, all varsity, and we had that experience. We knew that's where we're kind of going to be our strong suit, and that's just what we worked on. We knew we were going to beat teams that way, and that's all we did. Just got better at that and get better every day.
Yeah, I also think that everyone just bought into the process and just trusted in the coaches, and that really helped. And having us up front play together for years, it helped a lot. So
I think also being seniors and realizing that, not every snap is guaranteed. You got to play every snap like it's your last, and just really coming together and up front. We're all like best friends. We all love each other to death, so we all just will do anything for each other. We'll fight for each other, so paving the way.
Yeah. You guys, you guys just kind of got dialed in, and you're lucky to have a group like that. It doesn't happen a lot. All right. So let's look at this here real quick. You guys had one of the top plays of last week in the state. The longest run in the state was by your guys. It was the first offensive play of the second half, and I was there. And this was the straw that broke Elkhorn's back. Let's look at this play, and this is a play that you guys run so well. I don't know what you guys call it. It's just counter trap, right? You're going to block down with the front side guys here. Look at that. I know I've coached some of you guys. You guys are doing a great job. Coming around here, you got the left guard. He's going to pull and kick out. I think he might log him here. Let's see what he does. No, he actually goes to log him. Here's the funny part. He's got a log read. So the tackle, I see you pulling around there, Big J Jameson.
Yep.
And here, look at this. There's nothing outside. Yep. He probably would have scored a touchdown if he kept following the ball. But this is what's so hard. He cuts it back in the A gap, and he still scores an 80-yard touchdown because all these guys, Steck's an all-state player, Mikey Hart's a good player, they all miss him because they think he's going to go outside.
Yep.
Let's watch the rest of his play. It's just amazing. Look at that. And he just runs by everyone, and they all had a beat on him. And that's just amazing. Tell me about I feel like that's the play that you guys run more than anything. Your counter trap play.
Well,
You guys just came with that.
that counter, we were pounding them with that like 6 times. We ran it like 6 times in a row before the second half. And so they must have been keying me and Jake or something on that and flowing towards us. And then just a huge just middle lane open for Mosteck to go through. And he cut it back inside. And it was just a great play. It really sealed the deal, I feel like.
Well, the funny thing is that's where the read was, right? I mean, now he's a special running back. We know this. But most running backs will follow that second blocker. And that still might have been a touchdown. But everyone was flowing to that way. Right, everyone was keying on that because you guys were, just how they played it. They were forcing you to log it, and they wanted to string along. And they actually, I think, did a decent job of that against you guys. But he made such a big adjustment there, and just couldn't be stopped. Right. What else in this? Tell me about this offense. Right, you guys run the heck out of this play. What else do you guys do that's so effective in this offense? You run the ball a ton. You got one of the state's leading receivers and one of the best quarterbacks that's a sophomore. Tell me about this offense. Anyone can jump in and tell me what you guys do so well that makes it run so well.
We just like to run our bread and butter, like inside zones, counters, traps, all that. If we can run our bread and butter well against every single team and score off of that, there's no reason to change. And then we'll run those run plays, and as soon as we can get one to open up over top, it's going to Caden Bloom. So
we also have, I would argue, the best offensive coordinator in the state. He's like a wizard up there calling plays and reading and stuff. He's just really good too, Coach Bird.
So who's the play caller?
Coach Bird.
Coach Bird. Yeah.
Okay, so and he's up in the booth, so he gets to see. He probably saw that guys were over pursuing, and he gets to call those plays. And when you have a running back like Mosteck and the way you guys play up front, they got to commit safeties to the run, and then you just hit guys over the top too, right?
Yeah.
Now, I also saw you guys put in an option play. I don't know. I haven't seen you guys run that much before, but it seems like that was a decent changeup. Was that something that was kind of new, or did you guys just maybe feature it last week more than you have?
I'd say we featured it more. We ran sprint option all season, but we really used it a lot last week.
It's kind of like a low-key kind of play we have in our playbook, I'd say, that throws teams off a little bit, keeps them on their toes and stuff.
Nice. And tell me about this quarterback, right? So I actually know Wempen's mom, and we're talking about this season. She was ready because he got hurt last year. Then all of a sudden he gets hurt this year. And you guys got this sophomore kid come in, and he's playing his butt off, right? Tell me what do you guys? It's obviously good to play behind a senior line, but what have you guys had to do to bring him along?
Just reassure him every day, like in practice if he messes up, in games if something bad kind of goes on, just reassure him that he'll be fine the next play. He's doing great, all that. Don't get any like negative thoughts in his head or anything.
His confidence has definitely built throughout the season, though. He's just gotten more comfortable with everything, and you can definitely see it out on the field. He plays with a little more swagger than he did the first game. But
yeah, that back shoulder pass he did last week was awesome.
He has a lot of trust in us too. I feel like that's one big thing about our offense is we trust everyone, all of our playmakers, and I feel like he trusts his receivers in line, and and that helps him with his confidence a lot, I'd say.
Totally. Now and then, okay, so you've gone through, and I'm not going to say you guys had a cakewalk because playing football at this level, it's always tough. You get to the playoffs, you guys pulling up on Waverly, who was a good team. And then you come to the Elkhorn game, and it's just kind of a rivalry. You guys aren't that far away. Mm-hmm. You've seen each other a lot. You've had success against Elkhorn, but Elkhorn came out and really played a physical game with you guys. How were you guys able – what my notice, because I was at the game, the big plays are the difference in this game. Tell me about, your resolve in this game to stay with the run and then finally keep on pounding the rock until the big play hit.
We knew we were going to wear them down, and if we knew we would come out, punch them in the mouth every single drive, they were going to get worn down, and then it's just a matter of time until those big plays start to spring up over and over and over again, and then we can get rolling, put some points up. it's just how we attacked them. We just knew we had to be more physical than them, and that's just what happened.
Especially with the conditions on Friday. It was really windy, so we just knew it was going to be a pound run game, and it's going to be a battle in the trenches. I mean, we just knew that coming into the game.
Yeah, the wind was crazy. Did your coach talk to you about the wind and basically like, listen, when we have the wind, we have to make it work? Because I mean, the punts were going like 8 yards. Might as well go for it on 4th down instead of punt the ball.
Mhm.
Did you guys play different into the wind versus when you did or didn't have the wind?
Yeah, for sure. We threw it a little bit more when we had the wind on our backs, but when we were going into the wind, it was just run. I think we threw one little slant, but that was about it.
Yeah, and that worked to your advantage because that's what you guys do, run the ball, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, now tell me about this championship game is a rematch of a game where early in the season you guys went up on them big, but then Aurora pulled some trickery, and they kind of made a comeback, made it a little interesting, right? Talk to me about that game, and then how you're gonna, don't give me the game plan, but what are you guys looking to do for round 2 versus these guys?
Definitely be more physical up front than that.
And we've cleaned a lot of stuff up with our special teams. I don't know if you remember that game, but special teams was an error for us for sure in that game. So
yeah, I think there's
we've
an
done a lot
onside
better.
kick and some stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys feel like it's your job up front to like kind of set that tone?
For sure.
You guys can run the ball, that. Let's do what you can do. Now, you guys always seem to kind of go to the lead. Do you guys have a thing just about starting fast, about trying to get up on these guys? Is that your mentality?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get the ball.
Did a couple 3-and-outs on defense, and that just builds momentum, And when you have momentum, then the game really changes.
Nice. All right. So kind of as we get towards the end here, I mean, I just love having the old line on here. I think it's so cool just to see you 5 guys up here. You guys understand how rare this is to have 5 seniors who have played together this long, and you guys are playing the championship. It's so cool. I mean, no one else has this, and that's so awesome. I just kind of want to go around and talk to you guys and ask you kind of like, what's it meant to play with these other 4 guys, right? So let's start with Jake. Tell me about your boys here, man. Don't be afraid to share a little some embarrassing stuff, but tell me about these guys. What's it mean to you to play with these guys for so long and then going into this game together?
Oh, it means like the world. I don't know. I love every single one of them. I can say a lot of bad stuff on them, but I don't really like to. So there's not much to be said. I just love every single one of them, and can't wait to get out there in Memorial and just do what we do. So
nice. How about you, Cody? Tell me about you're the middle guy, man. You're the guy calling the shots as a center. Tell me what it's like to play with these 4 knuckleheads.
It's been a experience to say the least. Playing with Jake since we were so young, got to know him. Me and him have a little differences. He likes a lot of video games and I don't, so he's always talking about video games. But it's just, and with Carter and Jameson and Schaefer, it's just we all get along and we all love each other, and so they're definitely my brothers. So
that's cool. Jameson, tell me about these guys here.
I love I love the whole line. I mean, I really could not say a bad thing about any of these guys, and the fact that we're going to Memorial for our last game in our high school career and we're gonna go and leave it out on the field is just amazing, and it's gonna be an amazing experience. And I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to do it with. So that's pretty much what I have to say.
That's awesome. All right, Carter, tell me about your buddies here.
Coach Jake, we grew up together playing football, and it's always been a big dream of ours, going win state title, and now that we get to do that. And then Jameson, we've always been competitive in elementary school playing football at recess, and now that we get to play together, it's great. And then me and Carter got close, over this year, and he's been a big impact in my life. So they're all great. Love them all.
That's cool. Okay. Nate, you get the last word, man. You're not the biggest dude out there, but it seems like they all got a lot of respect for you. Tell me about you guys here.
love all these guys. I stepped up last year playing after our old starting left guard got injured, and I stepped up in his position and kept working with him, figuring out what to do, how to run the right plays and all that. And these guys have helped me all along the way, and I'm happy to say that they're coming with me to Memorial, and it's just the greatest feeling ever.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So does anyone else have anything to add? Any last words of encouragement or anything going into the big game?
I'd say just leave it all out there. We play our game, play with each other. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, man, this is the last hurrah for a group of guys. You guys have done something special here. Seriously, you just don't see a group together like this. So, yeah, that's the only thing I could say is go out there and just give it everything you got. And I don't know what the scoreboard's going to say, but you guys are going to do it all together. And I got a feeling you guys are going to do just fine out there at Memorial Stadium. So I want to wish you guys the best of luck. Again, one last game together. Let's see what you guys can do. I'll definitely be down there watching, so look out for me. I'll be rooting for you guys. And stay healthy. Get a good week of practice in, and go have a great game next Monday. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.